Made this pact with myself that I would learn how to sound American in a way that would guarantee me a career in acting, because obviously I didn't know very many people in movies and television with Kenyan accents. There was just no market for that. Zimbabwe doesn't have a thriving stand-up comedy scene, but when Lanmo Manyenyeka was exposed to the art form in his native Zimbabwe, he knew that making people laugh was what he wanted to do. VOA reporter Keith Baptist caught up with him in Harare and has this story.
The life of a stand-up comic is no joke, as the saying goes, especially in Zimbabwe, where comedians can face harassment and intimidation if their comedy targets the government or police.
Guys, my grandparents love me so much, chickens panic when they see me coming. Every time when I show up, things like, "Wah! Wah!"
But 31-year-old Zimbabwean comedian Lanmo Manyenyeka, who goes by his stage name Lanmo Jonasi, learned about the power of laughter as a young man.
Money. I'm like, I want to go to America.
I started doing comedy back in 2012, 11, 12. When I was like 18, 19 years old. And it just, I fell in love with how comedy makes people feel. Because my grandmother, my grandfather used to watch comedy. I just fell in love with how it made them laugh. And I was like, I want to do that to everybody.
Jonasi is originally from Chimanimani in eastern Zimbabwe, but came to the US in 2021 and now lives in Pennsylvania. He has a deep passion for comedy, but says pursuing it professionally has not been easy.
So I quickly learned how to adjust myself, learn the culture of the people around, and then figure out how to communicate with them. It's not an easy thing that happens overnight.
But it has paid off. In May 2024, he appeared on a popular US TV program, America's Got Talent, and earned the coveted Golden Buzzer, securing his place as a finalist. He says his time on AGT was a unique learning experience that has shaped his comedic voice.
Performing at AGT was one of those like crazy experiences, learning curve. So I learned how to be on set. I learned how to read the teleprompter. I'm like, that's what I need to learn right there. So I'm just learning different things, that I'm going to use in my career. And I'm glad I was part of a big production like that.
Appearing on AGT has opened new opportunities for Jonasi in his home country. He recently hosted a major stand-up show at the Shoko Festival, an annual urban culture festival. Despite this success, Jonasi says that comedy is still a young art form in Zimbabwe.
We need to create a culture of going out to watch stand-up comedy. Bring comedy to the people. Make it a culture, make people aware. Teach them about the culture of comedy. I think it's time Africans tell their own story.
As for Lanmo Jonasi's run on America's Got Talent, he didn't win, he took 5th place. But like every good comedian, he would take what he learned and the unique experience and make it funny. Keith Baptist, VOA Africa, Harare, Zimbabwe.
For over 4 decades, Uganda's African Children's Choir has been a symbol of hope and cultural exchange, performing around the world and inspiring global audiences with their music, vibrant performances, and a message of hope. I spoke to Jim Luze, the tour manager, and David Muanguzi, a choir member, about their current US tour, the first since the pandemic. Let's check it out.
I sing and dance and drum.
Okay, have you had a good time?
Yes.
Which states have you performed in?
Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Maine, New Hampshire.
Which has been your favorite place so far?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. How long is the performance usually?
for 1 hour and 10 minutes.
1 hour and 10 minutes. So in that 1 hour and 10 minutes, what do you do? Describe to us what happens on stage.
We end. Uncle Jim first introduces himself with the chaperones, and we come do candas, and we sing a song. And Aunt Martha, she comes on stage and she says a speech about music for life, how it began, and we sing.
African Children's Choir has been around for 4 decades.
Yes.
Performed for many thousands of people, I guess, including notable figures, Madiba, Nelson Mandela, Queen Elizabeth, and many others. What do you think has been the key to the choir's lasting success over these 4 decades?
One is the vision of the organization, which is helping Africa's most vulnerable children today, so that they're able to help Africa tomorrow. And I think that is of huge impact. Once someone gets to know that, that's the backbone, that's the steering wheel for, that's the cause for all this, they are inspired. And then number 2, you look at, children. Children, once you empower children, you're empowering the world tomorrow. And once people realize and know the reason the organization was put in place, first of all, they're able to want to help and also be part of that. And I think looking at culture, the way we bring in our culture and teach people the different things about Africa in general, they want to be part of it because there is joy, there is goodness. Amidst, the violence, amidst the poverty that is going on in Africa, there is a lot of goodness in it. And we are able to see that through the different children that have come in the choir, have joined the choir program, me inclusive.
What message do you hope the choir continues to send to the world and to the children who participate in it?
Yeah. So currently we are having the Just As I Am concert or tour, the album that we are doing on stage, performing on stage. And our goal is to bring healing and hope to thousands of people in the audience. And we want to spread the love, just like the album states, come as you are. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be the best person, the wisest. Just come as you are.
A new exhibit in Washington shed some light on a little-known layer of the sea and the strange creatures who live there. Tech House Art Center and Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution collaborated on the spectacle called Twilight Zone: Hidden Wonders of the Ocean. Maxim Adams has the story.
Giant squid, psychedelic jellyfish, intimidating anglerfish, and microscopic plankton. These deep-sea creatures are starring in a new audiovisual show at Washington's Tech House Art Center. Twilight Zone: Hidden Wonders of the Ocean is a joint project of Tech House and the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution, an independent non-profit organization dedicated to ocean research, exploration, and education.
For the last 6 years, I've been helping to lead a team of scientists, engineers, and communication experts in a big project that we have to do research to explore and learn more about this amazing part of our planet called the ocean twilight zone.
The Twilight Zone is one of the less explored and more mysterious parts of the ocean. A layer of water between 200 and 1,000 meters below the surface, it is in constant semi-darkness as sunlight hardly reaches such depths. Some of the sea creatures who live there only travel to the surface at night to find food. Many Twilight Zone inhabitants can light their own way in the dark ocean depths thanks to a chemical process called bioluminescence. They use their superpower to communicate, attract mates, and protect themselves from deep water predators, turning the deep waters into a magnificent light show. The exhibit focuses on not only the beauty of the Twilight Zone, but the vital role it plays in the well-being of our planet.
The more we as scientists learn about the ocean twilight zone, the more we know how important it is to the productivity of the ocean, the productivity of Earth, and it even helps to regulate the climate of our whole planet.
The exhibition is the continuation of Artec House's collaboration with scientific institutions around the world.
From the collaboration with NASA, where we were talking about our universe and the amazing pictures from James Webb Telescope. Then we, in a collaboration with the Society for Neuroscience, talked about the world and the universe, what's happening in our brains.
The exhibition celebrates the natural beauty of these mysterious sea creatures and makes a case for why we need to better understand the largest part of our world, the part that is underwater. Maxim Adams, VOA News, Washington.
In times of change, when the world seems uncertain and what we hear doesn't reflect what we see, we seek the truth. When we are told only part of the story, we lose trust. In moments of crisis, our dreams, hopes, and wishes for a better tomorrow depends on a free press. At Voice of America, we bring you the stories that people take risks to see. We connect the world and unite it with truth. At Voice of America, we show you the whole picture.
Thanks for watching VOA's Red Carpet. I'm Jackson Vunganyi. For more entertainment news, remember to check us out at voaafrica.com. We are also on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe. Until next time, goodbye everyone.
This week on Healthy Living, we explore the impact of polio in society. Dr. Twahir Hamed explains the causes of polio and some of the best ways to prevent it. We will share some updates on the vaccination campaign against Mpox disease in the DRC. Plus, new research suggests farmers could boost their profits significantly with a simple pair of eyeglasses. We will have these stories and more in this edition of Healthy Living. Hello, I'm Kamiti Kibayasi. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Healthy Living. Poliomyelitis, or polio, is a highly infectious viral disease that largely affects children under 5 years of age. 1 in 200 infections leads to irreversible paralysis. Among those paralyzed, 5 to 10% die when their breathing muscles become immobilized. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, cases due to wild poliovirus decreased by over 99% since 1988, from an estimated 350,000 cases in more than 125 countries to just 2 countries as of October 2023. Africa being eradicated, polio has resurfaced in Ivory Coast, prompting action by authorities and support from various organizations to contain the outbreak. The resurgence primarily impacts children who are especially vulnerable due to widespread misconceptions about polio vaccination. VOA's Yasin Siu reports from Abidjan, Ivory Coast.
17-year-old Matthew has been paralyzed by polio since he was 8. The illness has kept him from attending school and living a normal life, creating a challenging situation, his mother says.
I saw children with polio on television. I never imagined this would happen to my child. If I had given him the vaccine, he wouldn't be like this. Given his condition, the neighbors say he's a sorcerer. My parents abandoned me and the child.
The debilitating disease has ravaged Matthew's body, who preferred only to use his first name due to stigma. He says he feels isolated and lonely as his friends have abandoned him.
Before, my friends would come and play with me. Now they visit, but they don't come near. I stay home and only play with my brothers. In the evening, I go to bed.
The World Health Organization